planning to do with all them shells?
Well, I'm picking these up for Valerie.
Mm.
But you know, we do craft for this.
What kind of craft?
You know, like this. You wash them
Mm-hmm.
and you stick them and you create like flowers.
You used to do that?
Yeah.
You brought her bath suit? You brought her bath suit?
I thought you went back for it.
Okay. So what did you actually trying to do there? Eh?
Well, you put them together.
Yeah.
And sometimes, if you're really artistic, you do a nice flower. It depends on what you find.
So what you putting that on to when you get into school now?
No, you're doing that
On the beach?
on the beach.
Ah, so you're not really doing anything to take home with you?
No. If you're really good and you want to create, you could take it home.
So what would you say that you've created there?
A tree.
Let me see that tree. Let me see that tree. From this side.
That's a tree.
Yeah, looking pretty good. It looks like a candle holder for me. What do you think that looking like going through well, Louis? Bravado, bravado. Bravado. Louise has created something. Only she knows what.
No, I was never very artistic.
You were not artistic.
No. But some people will do something really special.
But it looks good. It looks promising, eh? I like the base. The base looks good. I see Santa doing something this morning. Their childhood memories.
Mm.
That's good, eh?
Well,
If you give children good childhood memories,
that's the important
it's a
thing.
blessing for life, you know.
Yeah, because so many people's childhood is hurt and pain and so, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But when you create, you have good memories. You'll be a happy person.
That's right.
In lifetime, you meet some people and they're so grumpy and you wonder, my gosh, what kind of childhood they must have had.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe that if you have been a happy child, you'll be a very happy adult.
I suppose so, yes.
Yeah.
I was a happy child, so I shouldn't say I suppose so. I should say that is correct. I was a very happy child, you know.
Yes, of course, you're
Yes.
happy and contented in our
Yes.
way of life.
Definitely.
We didn't have what children have now. But simply to come by the beach
That's plenty.
and to gather some shells and do something and make mud cakes, sand cakes. These are things that memorable. You didn't have to pay for it.
Let's take Valerie here, for instance. Valerie grew up in Cora. Come on, Valerie, I'm talking about you. Valerie grew up in Cora, and the river was nearby. You know, Valerie,
Yeah.
come relax yourself, come.
That's it.
Right? And we went to the river, and Valerie, have a seat, Valerie, have a seat. Pull up a chair. Pull up a chair there, man. Well, sit down, sit down. Sit down next to your auntie. Yeah, so we went to the river together. The dogs would go, they'll bathe the dogs. Okay, Valerie's kind of grown a little older, so her muscles are a little weak. You know? So therefore we can't focus too much on Valerie. But we had the river, you know. And you know, her daddy Lucas used to take myself, well, I mean mother, Claudia, the little boys, Desmond and Michael, Elizabeth. And we were going to Port of Spain, and Louise, and window shop.
Right, very good.
It was a cheap form of shopping, eh?
So you saw anything you would have liked to buy?
Me? No, I wasn't conscious that I needed anything. You know what I mean?
So you just see whatever in the showcase.
Yeah. I really wasn't interested in window shopping, eh? I can't say that, I saw things and I say, boy, I needed that pair of shoes or I needed that shirt or pants. No, I was very comfortable in my own little mind. Just being able to run around the yard, pick some mangoes, guavas, grapefruit, oranges. We had
That was your life.
Yes. We had cherries, those red cherries.
Yeah.
You had tonka bean.
That used to taste good, eh?
Yeah, that tonka bean was good. I don't see them trees again though, tonka bean trees.
Maybe the country, yes.
So I was a very happy,
Contented
country boy.
So Lancelot of Coral River
And Lady Louise of Icacos Sea
met together,
man.
and that's it. That was the beginning of better days.
Yeah, man.
Good childhood and beautiful marriage, beautiful life, contented.
Nowadays kids have so much,
And boy, a word that young kids use a lot now is the bored, eh?
Oh yeah.
Many young kids, I'm so bored, and they have cell phone, they have iPad, they have computer, and they're bored.
Mm-hmm.
So it just shows that there is a void. The things that you should have done as a child, you have not been able to enjoy.
That's right.
Beautiful being by the seaside. Just hearing those waves lashing against the shore. It's like melody to the heart.
What? That's a very poetic verse there, man. Melody to the heart. Okay, when we went to the river, and you would be swimming, you do your little water fight, that kind of thing. You stay underwater for who could say the longest underwater.
Yeah.
And you had hog plums floating down the river.
That's the best time hog plum used to taste, it was in the river.
In the river, yes.
Yes, I learned that when I met you.
Yeah. I fed you on hog plums today.
That was a big treat. Hog plum and poadu.
We didn't have ice cream and all that stuff, right?
Hog plum and poadu. And governor cherries. What do you call those? Series.
But Louis, tell me something. In those days had doubles, I think. I can't remember doubles.
No. Kentucky was introduced when our kids were young. After we got married, I think Kentucky came to Trinidad. But before Kentucky, it was famous recipe.
Famous recipe, right.
They used to be in Cascade.
What was the thing that Santa liked when he went to school?
Chuck wagon.
Chuck wagon.
Yeah, Lasana on a Friday, you had to give him a $10 to buy a chuck wagon for lunch.
Yeah, and when I used to be down here, Kenny, your brother, Kenny, as we landed in Icacos here, right? Let's say we get down here about 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the day. Kenny would take me into the coconut fields, right?
With a blue pot.
A blue pot.
And a can of carnation milk.
Right?
And his cutlass.
And a cutlass. And he carries me into the field, getting the choice coconut.
With jelly meat in it.
And he pours that into the little blue pot. And he adds some
carnation milk.
And I tell you, listen, man.
That was a treat.
You didn't go to a fancy, cafe or anything like that.
Yeah.
That was Kenny's way of
entertaining. And listen, man, that tastes better than any cappuccino,
I'm telling you, man.
And what's now? That was a very healthy beverage,
A very healthy beverage.
Yeah.
And listen to me, Louis. All the boys in the village will gather around on the beach
to play football. in the afternoon.
You know, aside is about 11, right? But they
Yeah.
had about 20 men in either side. And the poor ball was being kicked left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you walk on the beach at perfect tide. Look at that.
Look at the tide right now.
Look at the tide, right?
Beautiful.
No youngsters in Icacos nowadays.
All
You can see on the beach.
You
Yes.
see all those people out there? That's in December, October, November, December. Rough season comes. And it takes many coconut trees every year. So now all you see on the beach instead of kids is coconut trees.
That's right. You know, when I came down here,
And now you see some Spanish kids.
yes, a lot of Venezuelan children. But listen, when I came down here in 1970, I think it was, I remember there was that occasion when Frankie had a
Chelsea,
football club.
yeah boy.
And Frankie was your brother Frankie was a real village man,
Community man.
community man. Thank you very much. And
Yeah,
Frankie
always
organizing
different-
football team, cricket team, and
Carnival band.
yes. What's been a big? You remember that night under Jazzy's house? There was a meeting, right?
Chelsea boys.
The Chelsea boys, they wanted a little pep talk. And for me, no, you know, in the Express. And they believe that this sub-editor,
Coming down here.
and Frankie will refer to me as the co-editor. And Frankie is saying, no,
We have a main
fellas,
speaker tonight.
our main speaker tonight,
My brother-in-law, the co-editor.
the co-editor. Watch what I want. And listen to this, I'm more frightened than them, because
Frankie ever needs to be up, you know.
yeah, boy, watch it. Frankie saying, this is the night of the co-editor, right? And I have no idea what I could tell these, you know, promising footballers, cricketers.
Because Lance himself cannot play either one.
When you send out a reporter, you won't send a political reporter on a football match. Right?
Or vice versa.
You wouldn't take a man from the swimming arena and send him out on, let's say, you know, something dong-dong,
Yeah.
man in the street kind of thing, right? So I was at complete loss how to give these fellas a pep talk. And here's Frankie.
Frankie, get your Pepsi.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Drink a Pepsi. We
Listen,
want some good pep talk.
That was the night of nights, boy. Oh my goodness. But Franklin Buttis, you remember Franklin Buttis?
Yes, of course.
No relation to us, but Franklin Buttis was a great guy.
He was a tongue boy.
Yeah, he was a tongue man.
Come down Icacos
Yeah.
to have a different change of life.
What's Toy name again? Toy? Ali? Isuk Ali?
He took actually, who was supposed to be the vice captain.
Or the president man of the
The
club?
president of the club, when he see the co-editor, so he started to shake.
And what's when I feeling like a notorious fraud, eh? A real notorious fraud, boy.
And you put on your shirt jacket thing and go down there.
I can't remember how I was dressed, right? I know I wasn't dressed in shirt at the time. But boy, I tell you the truth, I love the Icacos, and I still do. The Icacos is so refreshing. Really,
Yes,
really,
look at
really.
us 52 years later,
Yeah,
or 53 years later, here we are, still in Icacos,
still in the Icacos.
sitting down on the sand, not talking the sea bad.
No, not all. How can you talk the sea bad? Look at that beautiful sky.
You know that kind of show, sitting down on the
River stone,
talking the
talking
river bad
There's a thing we must stop here
in Trinidad. Well, we on the sea sand, sipping sand.
Listen, do you remember? And we have to be real careful about how we revive this thing. Eh? We came down here in 1990. And when we landed in Icacos, the very first news we got that night is there has been a revolution in Port of Spain, right?
You know it's wrong, 7 o'clock news.
Right, 7 o'clock news. And the Red House has been invaded, and some policemen have died, and there's been a lot of chaos in Woodford Square. And we left the kids down here, and we went back as far as San Fernando.
You went back the same night?
Yeah, the same evening, I think it was. We went back up.
Because we reached about 6.
I think so, and we stayed in San Fernando.
Yes.
But you know, during that period, the only news we were getting was one of the radio stations, and that had to do with Dennis McCovey.
Yes.
I believe that he was later on awarded, at the August independence.
Yes.
And that man did a wonderful job of keeping the nation informed and quieted.
Yeah, he was very cool in his announcements.
Yes. He inspired hope when it seemed hopeless. Boy, I tell you the truth, the media can be absolutely useful in its presentation and its responsibility to a nation. So here we have now a vessel out there in the sea, traveling.
It's a bleakish kind of morning. There's a hanging dark cloud, which has been threatening all afternoon yesterday that it's going to rain. But so far, no rain. But right now, it's not too bright or sunny. So it's quite cool, relaxing on the beach. Yesterday afternoon, it's sun. One time was yesterday morning.
Yeah, it was
Brilliant.
brilliant sunshine.
Today there's a dark hanging cloud.
Yeah, man.
But the sea continue to do what it has to do. Waves after waves, gentle waves coming ashore, dashing upon the shores.
When are you going to put words to paper, Gil?
I am just a good talker,
You're just a good talker?
not a writer.
Oh my.
Never was a writer.
Never was a
I
writer.
could always come the money, but I never could write. I could write figures.
It's a lovely morning indeed. I remember too, you see, when we were coming into Icacos, you would see that little savannah there. And our good friend Doy,
Oh, yes,
Shirley's
boy.
husband, right?
That was a good chap.
Boy, I tell you, Doy was a pretty heavy guy, and he ended up on opposing sides in a football match.
In one of those same football match?
Yeah?
In one of those same football match on mornings?
Yes, we went across in the savannah from his place. And listen to me now. Doy, I had to show my face in this one, boy, because it really kind of Louis, come here, please. Doy was a very fat man, but a lovely man. And Doy and I on opposite sides.
What is on?
Right? And I say, if it's one man, I could be like Ronaldinho and beats him and score a goal. Had to be Doy. Because I can't handle the other fellas, they're swift. And boy, I'm moving along the road and Doy appear. Doy appear in front of me and give me a beat and left me on the ground.
Why did?
The man, he give me he dribble past me now, man.
Eh.
And I catch spraddle on the ground, boy. And everybody laugh at Paul Ansi.
Oh gosh, the co-editor can't play football.
The co-editor can't play football. Why, I tell you, the Icacos so beautiful, eh? No, about the next time, a fella carry me in the... He carry me now to pick coconuts, right? And while we picking these coconuts...
He fall down?
No, he ain't fall down. A jeep pull up. And this man telling me, Louis, hey, I see overseer boy. Bury yourself in the sand, boy. Bury yourself in the sand.
What?
And poor me, boy. Me, you know, if it's an overseer, if it's a man with a gun coming,
Yeah.
and I bury myself in the sand, and that person laugh at me.
Oh, Jesus, Lassie. So you were like a man called Horse?
Like a man.
You're real life?
Buried alive.
Oh, Jesus.
What you gonna do, boy? What you gonna do?
Lot of pranksters in Icacos, you know.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, lots of pranksters.
Anything for a laugh, they will carry you. They will take you to the length just to have a good laugh at you. Just like how I do you sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I had brothers too, eh?
Yeah. So.
And they used to do all kind of things that will, you know, that would give you a tough time, a good laugh at your expense. But I'm going to tell you one more, that I'm very glad that in a measure, you know, you talk about a soft heart and thick skin.
Yes.
Huh?
Soft heart and thick skin.
Let me tell you about a soft heart and a thick skin. In them days had what you call outhouse, right? And the way it was done down here long ago. But progress has really come to the village in a big way.
Oh, yes.
People have now, you know, proper flush toilets and all that, right? And when there would be a unused or obsolete outhouse, you covered it some sand or whatever. I don't know remember how they dispose of that?
They cover it with sand.
Covered with sand.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
And you know, don't go in that area.
Well, I didn't know. So when I stepped out of the one that was in use, and I walked forward, one foot fell right in, halfway. Now, we had outhouses in Cora too, eh? An outhouse in Cora, eh?
Oh, yeah, those days.
But our outhouse was
60
solid.
years ago.
Was solid, eh?
Yeah, because it was dirt, but there was a sand.
That's right. So I kind of plunged in, one foot in hell. Because
And all we could do is laugh at you, Lassie.
and all they did was laugh at me. They laughed at me. So this is where the thick skin comes in, eh? Hey, that was my era. And it's a good joke.
And the soft heart, we didn't have soft heart because we laugh.
No, you had a soft heart. It was easy, no lamentation. But for me, it was a soft heart that I wasn't offended. I really wasn't offended.
There was soft sand. That's soft heart, Lassie. There was soft hand, soft sand. Soft sand.
Let me show you. Soft sand. See the soft sand? Look at it, Louis. Look at it, Louis. Soft sand.
So anyway, I think it's a good time to hail out to some of you people out there, especially if I can remember some of you who live away at this time of winter when it is cold. And you think of us right now, the sun is coming out brilliantly. The sun is coming out brilliantly here. So it's a perfect timing to say to you Trinidadians and even foreigners who live away that I know it's cold at this time, and I would like to send some sunshine and some warm greetings. So the main man I would like to reach out to and say hello to is Eddie Manju. Eddie is a man in his 80s. He's recently celebrated his 80th birthday, and he is taking care of his wife who has Alzheimer's. And he said to me recently that he was told that if his wife can listen to music and dance, it will help her, stimulate her brain. And he has been encouraging her every day. He would put on his music for her, whether it is calypso, Indian, whatever. And she would dance. And he's beginning to get really hopeful that one day he can bring his wife to Trinidad. You know, that's a lot of faith and a lot of hope. And it is really wonderful. It is really wonderful, Eddie, that you will always say to us, as long as I have health and strength, I'm going to take care of my wife. I'm not going to put her in a home. And that is something that really warms my heart, because I know that Lance will be the type of man who will talk the same way. So it gives me hope that once Lance is well and I am not well, that Lance is going to take care of me. So Eddie, continue as you are doing, taking care of your wife. It is not an easy thing. It is not an easy thing, especially to see a loved one not being able to converse with you, and you just have to be reaching out and giving and giving and giving. But you always remember she was a person that loved you and cared for you, and you had a good marriage. So this is your time now, payback time as they call it. So I'm very proud of you, and please keep up and don't get discouraged. So I know there are times it's very cold there for you, and you will readily give us a call, and you will have Lance laughing and myself, and we share your heart too. So this hail out is to encourage you. I would also like to hail out to Judy T, who also is taking care of her son, and she's always so pleasant. Judy, keep it up, notwithstanding how difficult it is. You continue to be very cheerful, both in your comments and even when spoken to on the phone. You can laugh, we can laugh together. So keep up in the struggle, keep warm-hearted even if outside is cold. Keep your heart warm. I will also like to shout out to who else is in Canada? Anne Brown. It was nice to have met you, Anne. I know that it's not easy having left the warm sunshiny Trinidad to go back to Canada. That was just in the process of being very cold. We send some sunshine across there for you all. And moving right along, there are people, we have lots of friends in New York, Shanta and Tony. I know the cold is not what Shanta likes, but Shanta, just remember, when you're too cold up there, you have a home to come to. You have homes in Trinidad. And also Bimpy Indra. Yes, all these are children of ours. Moving across to Florida, it's not too cold there, but there are cold fronts. I think of Michael Zambrano. At this time, Michael, here we are in Icacos. It's a beautiful, the dark cloud notwithstanding, the sun is shining out beautifully. Yes, ma'am. This is what we're talking about. Life in Trinidad, sweet Trinidad. A good place to retire. Right, Michael? Also back in Canada, we have Mark and Richie. Two wonderful young men that we met. Also, we have in Italy, Lance's dear cousin, Arlene and Carl. So, Arlene, we have not brought you all down to Icacos yet, but whenever you come again, this is a destination we have to bring you all to. And in Florida, well, we have Michael Zambrano, Patricia Bedo, who doesn't fail to encourage us. Frances.
Let me just interject here, Louis. Please.
Right, so you could call some now, Lance, if you will remember.
Friends, I just want to say, I cannot remember all the names But when I look at the comments and I see the names, I know you all are faithfully supporting us, and we are definitely grateful. I would not insult anybody's name by giving it the wrong intonation or whatever. So my friends, I want to thank you very much. We continue to meet lovely people out here. And
Sandra Nunes is in Canada too.
right.
Sandra Nunes. And also Sunny Love. I've seen Sunny Love coming up sometimes.
Yes, Sunny
Yeah,
Love. That's
Sunny
Sunny Love. That's us now, eh? Sunny Loves.
Sunny Loves.
Sunny Loves. Sunny Loves. So my friends, all the best to everybody. I don't want to cut Louise short. It seems that I'm a bit rude. But we are going to just make a hash of this thing if we keep fishing for names that we can't remember. But we really appreciate, right, Louise? We really
I
appreciate.
think I did a good job of those who
You
are
did a
away.
wonderful job here.
I think I did a good job
I
of
think
those.
you need to start writing down names.
Yes, I did a good job of those who are in the cold countries. This greetings is not for the Trinis. This is for the foreigners, the Trinis in foreign land.
Okay. But nevertheless, there are many, many, many Trinis abroad who continue to, seek us
Silently
out.
support.
Silently
And
support.
maybe our name,
And
their
we-
names are not remembered.
That's right. And we really, really, really appreciate everybody who helps us want to produce more for our lovely Trinis everywhere. Even back
Everywhere.
here, especially back here home too. We think of our people, and we want to show that Trinidad is not lost to violence, it's not lost to corruption. They are honest people. There would be, I guess, I believe, honest politicians and policemen and more public servants. And once we maintain a grip on what is right politically and economically, our country is going to be a very blessed one.
Yes, and I would like to hail out still to Marcy and Ken.
Oh gosh, Louise. My friends, before Louise takes up this entire morning trying her very best, thank you very much, Louise. Would you please give a little wave and
Bye
just
to
send a
all
little
of you,
kiss?
and we love you guys.
Mm.
Bye.